this right here.
Also, $60. You could have spent that on VeeFriends.
So, had somebody play through, which shows that there's more people out here doing their thing on this beautiful Sunday. About confidence. When I was working at the Rochester Chop House before we opened Naps, I had some mantras I would say to myself because I was going through this self-discovery, trying to become a new person. I was trying to grow out of the skin that I was in into a new version of myself. So every day on the way into work, I would repeat, I am strong, I am confident, I am well-spoken, I am in control of my temper, and I am an excellent communicator. And I would say those things on repeat until it got annoying, and then I would just stop. I said them every day for a year and a half because those things I didn't necessarily believe about myself. But that was the person that I wanted to become. Those were things that I lacked that I knew if I just forced into myself to start thinking about more regularly, that hopefully I would become that. And fast forward 3-4 years later, bless you. Fast forward 4 years later, I really do believe that. I believe now that I am a confident person. I believe I'm strong and much better control of my temper. You guys have no idea, like, I would just lose my shit for no reason. But now, going through this, I feel like I have an obligation and an opportunity to potentially help some other people that are in my life that I kind of see the same thing. So I had a realization last night that I just got to figure out the right way to communicate that through my story without making somebody feel like I'm saying, hey, you're not confident. But I can say, hey, this is what I went through and this is how I dealt with it to become more confident. So that's going to be something I work on from now until Wednesday, and hopefully I'll have a good approach for it.
Good way of building confidence. Very similar as far as being an introvert, and I'm not very confident with myself. I am more now than I've ever been. But that's after going to the gym every day and like seeing the change in my body, feeling the change in my body. It changed me up here as well. Yeah, that was a huge help.
I feel like the gym is a huge variable, and I think another great variable is rejection, right? Because the more times you get told no, you realize that no really isn't that bad. It's just part of life. And if you go your whole life of not doing something because you're scared somebody's going to say no, versus walking in, and this was Jesse Meltzer, I believe. Anyways, there's this guy that he talks about rejection therapy, and basically go to Starbucks or Tim Hortons or whatever your coffee place is, and when you're up in line, just ask for 10% off. No reason, no rhyme, just, hey, can I get 10% off? And what he found when he did this is like 6 out of 10 people just gave him the 10% off, right? But the 4 people that said no, he realized that nothing changed because he was going in there to do the thing anyways. So I found that very valuable in my mind. And when I started making content and I started walking up to strangers saying, hey, you would try my milkshake with this weird cooler, it looked like I was gonna like kill him or something, the more no's I got, the more confident I got to go talk to people, because it doesn't fucking matter. If I say no, I'm gonna turn around and probably never see that person again. They might see me on the internet, but the chances of me seeing them again is very low. So rejection therapy coupled with staying in shape and getting fit, at least from my life, was a thing that is growing my confidence on a daily basis. So go walk into Starbucks and ask for 10% off, or wherever store you're at.
Walk up to your boss, say, hey, how about that raise that I deserve?
Absolutely. Because the worst they're going to say is no. And then if they say no, you're in the same spot. And if they say yes, then you leveled up. It's a win-win situation. Start getting more no's. It's worth it. Woo!
That would make the yeses that much more enjoyable.
Absolutely. 100%.
Charge those yes.
Yep. What am I going to use?
Story. lose energy.
It's off to a good spot.
Slow your energy. Your disc is charging.
I'll just borrow some of that energy on the back end.
There's your
Tighten
weight.
that core, yes sir.
There's your back test. There's your weight.
By spring.
100% cyborg.
Work on your weaknesses when you're at the gym. You got bad knees? Do some pull behind sleds and work on those knees. Walk backwards on the treadmill on 1 speed. Our shoulders, for some reason, his started before mine, but I tweaked something we talked about in previous episodes, and I was just in so much pain. Feels great now, because we started doing these single arm hangs. So hold the bar, feet up in the air, and twist your body this way, and it works out shoulder muscles. So
Getting that rotation.
work out the muscles that, not just your biceps, not just legs, work out the areas that, I mean, you have someone in your life that's older that complains about a bad hip or bad knees or bad back. Okay, so that should give you a very good inclination on things to work on. Build the muscle around those areas so you don't have that when you're 60, 70, 80 years old. The sooner you start, the better your life becomes long term.
I remember working next to this guy from years ago, probably 10, 12 years younger than me. At the time, I was in my 30s. He was always complaining about his back, his knees, whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, you're only 20-something, and you're complaining about this right now. So, work on yourself.
You deserve it.
Absolutely.
You are worth it. And you know what? If you have kids, it's worth you showing them to do. You're setting the tone and the example. That might have been what we were talking about.
That was part of it, yeah.
So let's pick that up at the next tee, so we can keep a rotation.
Next tee.
But we got that locked in. Yeah. You set the tone. You set the example. Whether it's for you or for your kids, either way, it's worth it.
Or you can wait like 50 years and you can get chromed out. It's a Cyberpunk reference.
Yes,
I got
sir.
it.
Which was
No,
a
I'm
great
telling them.
series if you haven't seen it. Great series. I really enjoyed that. I binged it in like a few days, and I was so pissed to find out that it got released in like 2018 or whatever it was, and that there were no new episodes coming out.
Yeah. As popular as it was, you think they'd make another season.
That's what I'm saying.
Why would they do that?
Think so much more they can add to it.
It's good right as it is.
That's fine, but the guy, Mike Pondsmith, the creator of Cyberpunk, he has a shit ton of story to tell. Shit ton. So they can make more.
Who's showing first?
Go ahead.
All right, show them how it's done.
No, I'm not throwing first.
Come on, new disc
I'm not
diva.
throwing first.
Let's go.
I'm not throwing first. Is this a new bench? This is a new bench.
Nervous about something?
This is a new bench.
Right the camera.
I mean, stay on course, so.
This is just a warm up.
It's because it's so cold. We gotta get our
Right.
body flowing a little bit, okay?
Yeah, let me show my real disc. It was.
I'll take
nice
that.
bounce.
Oh my god, cut back left a little bit.
It's because yours is charging the most.
That's probably it too, for sure.
Or at the same time? Want to throw at the same time?
Go ahead.
Come on.
That one's orange too, so I'm gonna lose it in the leaves.
No.
Where's your clear disc?
Underneath that
right
disc.
Right there.
I'm gonna probably avoid throwing that one. It's great for safety, but it's not great for control.
The disc. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's because of the temperature, but that's something we're gonna have to think about too.
So this is getting all.
All right, I see it. It's all good.
Yeah, I see it. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. Is it right there? It's right there.
All right, I'm gonna throw with the backpack.
And a backpack for the dope rap. They call me Brian Cranston. I'm Breaking Bad, but you could never break bad, no break.
Yeah, good call on these holes because It's all dirt. Go back. There you go.
Yeah, we're looking at trees a lot.
Glorious. 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 I gotta go find my book. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to build you.
I was on the clock. I seen him running. So I had to
Unless they're gonna stop you.
I don't believe you for a second.
Why did I do that?
The last 6 weeks of you doing it. There's proof.
That was Luke. Wherever Luke is. He's gone.
The band Dury. I like those guys.
Derry's great.
Found them on the internet about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago. We've been jamming them at Naps ever since. Oh! I'm not a parent yet, but
You are kinda.
I often think, no, let me rephrase that. I often observe how kids latch on to what their parents do. And I'll give you an example. My father is not a good person. But with me and both of my brothers,
What if he sees this one day?
well, then you'll know that I've already told you. With me and my brothers, we all aren't fans of him. And yet there's moments when I'm having conversations with my brothers that I know that my father's mannerisms come out on all of us, me, Tommy, and Michael. And it just reminds me that how we are raised affects us way more than I believe that anyone thinks that it does, right? In many ways, we are a product of our environment, and at the same time, now at my age, I make a very conscious effort not to be like him. And I think I'll always, at some point, have those mannerisms, certain little words or way I say things or whatever, but more from a moral standpoint, deciding who I want to be. And it's going back to what we were saying on the last hole, is I'm strong, I'm confident, and well-spoken. Things that I wasn't taught that I knew that I wanted to become. Things that I know my father wasn't, but I want to be. And I think any good parent wants their kid to be better than they are. But I think most parents kind of just walk through life and let their kid kind of figure things out, which I think in some places is important, but other things, actually teaching a kid how to fall and how to fail, and teaching them that it's way more important to get back up after these failures and reflect on how you could do better versus just, oh, you fell, because a lot of parents do that. And I don't know right from wrong, and I don't think there's such thing as a perfect parent. But I do think if you're putting effort in every single day to become the best parent, then you're doing much better than most people.
I mean, I do appreciate you. I was fortunate enough not to have my father in my life until I was like 16. I mean, he was there when I was a baby, then gone. So I grew up without him. He reached out when I was 16 to see if I wanted to live with him, and I was curious, so I did. And I'm not saying he was bad by any means. He just wasn't there. When I was with him, I was with my stepmom, who was an amazing woman. What she was doing with him, I don't know, but
Shout out her.
but anyway, so I was raised by my mother, who, she's not a bad person by any means, but definitely not the type of person I wanted to be once I grew up, which I'm not. I mean, obviously there's some aspects of her in me, but that whole thing with kids, just absorbing everything you do scares me because I'm not the best person. I mean, I'm a good person, but as far as certain things in my life, I'm not the greatest at. And this kid frickin' follows me and does almost everything that I do, which I love and hate at the same time because I want him to be his own successful person. But we had a conversation, I think it was yesterday morning. A large chunk of his younger days for reasons. So when he came back into my life a couple years ago, full time, it was me adjusting to, okay, he's not the little boy anymore, he's a young man now. So I have to start releasing him to do his own thing, which is fine because he's smart. And I trust him, he's a good kid. But it's hard for me as a father to do that, to let it go because I miss so much in the early days. But you said to me, I'm just like you, Dad. And that scared me. But I want to point out to you, which I don't think I did that morning, is, yeah, you're similar to me now. But me at your age was a totally different person. I want you to be your own person, grow into whatever you want to be.
Make that decision on who you want to be. That's, you can get stuck in the ruts of life and just become something and stay something and just do that over and over and over. Whereas on this side, in this rut, it's a road less traveled, so there's not really a path. But you get to decide what happens along that path because there isn't that rut carved in where everyone else is walking. It's more of an open landscape with more decisions and more options.
Nowadays, there's so many options of what you can do with your life. So many options of what you can do with your life. It's crazy. Back in the day, prior to me, I'm talking like way back in the day, where there wasn't a lot of options. You grew up, you worked at a farm, or you worked in a factory. It's different now. You can fucking do anything you want, pretty much, in this day and age. Which also can be scary. I mean, so many options. What do you choose?
Yeah.
Follow your gut. Follow your heart.
Do the thing that brings you the most joy. Don't do it money-driven, because every money-driven individual that I've ever met hates what they do. That doesn't seem like a fun life, especially when you spend 40 plus. You spend more time at work than you do at home.
Yeah.
Period. So.
And that was my life when, what year is this? 2030? Pretty much my whole stint at, prior to hooking up with Matt at Naps, I worked this job that it wasn't all consuming, but my personal life at the time was hectic. I'm not going to call anybody out, but so I just threw myself into work, and then 10 years went by like that. Just wake up one day, it's been fucking 10 years, and I've been doing the same shit with no changes. So that was a bit of a wake-up call for me. Don't have to be stuck in a rut. Follow your passions.
Carve your own path. Fucking wake up with us every Sunday, put your earphones in, come take this hike. And just play it loud while you're walking through the neighborhood and let everyone else listen to us too. And when they go, hey, what is that? And you go, it's the best podcast in the world. You should listen to it. New episodes every Sunday.
I do wonder how the editors are going to edit these videos, though.
Well, speaking of that, editors, if you can, keep our audio overlay and maybe show some of the playthrough while the audio is going over.
It's funny.
Depending how it's cut.
Our editor's watching this podcast like 15 weeks down the road, like, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And we'll tell the editors that in the sooner episodes to maybe try to do that same approach. Because that way you can kind of see us playing and listen to us talking at the same time. For anyone that's watching on YouTube, now if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, then you're just going to just hear us anyways, so.
Also, if you can, try to add a line of where our discs are going.
That'd be dope.
It'd be hard, yeah.
But not impossible. Thank you to our editors. We have one so far. One episode done. And it looks great. I'm happy with it. I'm happy.
Yeah, me too. I liked it.
And thank you, AI, for showing us the teaser things.
About glorious.
Is it dead?
Mike is getting close. We're about 10 minutes away from a 45-minute show. Good form. Oh, I think he just ripped on as he's going up. Talking about glorious glory. Deep and far, right? Goes like all the way back.
It's a shit disc.
Shit disc. Oh yeah, where the deer shit on your disc.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'll go.
Let me start.
That right. Got him.
I'm not. I want to give you some tips. You throw. Don't even throw. Where you want it. It's going to go left eventually.
There you go. Right on path, yes sir.
Not really. But yeah. Get in the camera.
There you go. Yep, best throw of the day so far. Talk over ya.
Said no parents are perfect. He was like, you are that fucking man.
I love it. I can't wait for that. They say like the older you get, like when you have kids, you get more emotional. I ain't got kids yet. I'm getting more emotional.
Because of me.
No, those, I used to drink back in the day. Because that's all I had was work and go home and drink myself to sleep. So, anytime a commercial would come on, like a father-son type commercial, I'm fucking bawling. Oh.
That would have been so good.
And I swear, look at all that swamp down there.
You know, even I walked over there, it smelled swampy.
Really? Fucking trees, man.
Believe it or not, it's windy today, guys. So,
Yeah, it's very windy. Daphne and I just playing bad today.
well, that's a good life lesson. You're not gonna play good every day. You're not gonna have a good day every day. Good slide.
Push up.
I'm like flicking it,
Yeah. But
pulling back at the same time.
adjust, like you know, subconsciously you're going to release the disc the same way. So aim, well, you kind of do anyway. I would say aim more to the right so it comes back to the left, but I feel like you're, oh no! Yeah, but getting to it.
As long as my toes don't get soaked, I'll be alright.
Might have to go around. Oh, that's scary. Because with the leaves, you can't really tell what's dry and what's...
But when it sounds dry, so I'm just gonna pretend in my mind that it's dry. And if I lose the disc, it is what it is.
But it's a good disc. It's one of your good discs. Discs.
Someone else is chopping down trees over there too.
Look at it. I have no clear fucking way through this shit.
I know, that's why I tried to go deep.
Over swamp.
For sure.
I got enough swamp water in my ass right now.
Your new favorite one too, right?
Yeah, I love wraith in general. It's always I usually always have good luck with wraiths.
The one you just threw?
Yeah. Even?
Keep it flat. There you go. There you
I'm
go.
just used to the open field.
Go swamp.
Well, let me record it in case you fall in. Motivation, dedication. You're good.
At least it's not as deep. Shit! Do this. Sorry. Swamp puppies. Says Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters! Are you missing a disc? Gloria! Oh, the mic is right here. I'm just yelling into it. Oh.
What did they say when they throw a disc?
4 if you're gonna hit somebody. Found the disc and he's gonna get ready to play through here. Big open D. No tree, no tree. Okay. Not too bad. Yeah! I was doing golf monetary while you're doing it. Okay, and now he's gonna hit the tree. I said no tree, no tree. He's gonna avoid the trees here. There was a big ass spider, but it was moving so quick. I was like, it was a small spider, but wide. Where were you aiming on that one? Nowhere. Point your shoulder where you want it to go. Shoulder.
I'm not aiming with that one. I'm just throwing it.
I'm fucking right here.
Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Trail Talk and Evolve. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It really helps our channel grow as much as possible.
And if you don't, we'll come find you.
I
We'll
won't.
hike our way to you
I
and
won't.
throw discs
I won't.
at your door.
I won't.
Stay up. Get that money.
I